starting.
Are we live?
Not yet. Give it a second. Things are
Oh
booting
shit!
up.
I'm gonna hear it like bleep off on my phone.
Yep.
It's gonna be like.
It says started. Yeah, there you go. And now I gotta check it real quick before we start the nonsense. I gotta make sure we can hear
Fuck
each other.
that! We out here.
Why not? Why not be safe? That happened one time when we started.
I know you're right. You're right. Now, is there a way to check the audio before you go fucking live?
No, there's no way for me to tell.
What?
There's no way for me to tell until it actually goes live because I don't know.
That's so stupid.
Well, no, because it depends on the internet speed. Because of whoever's using whatever on this internet, it could affect like how our lips
All right, let's
match
stay on
up.
task.
Yeah, so let's do this real fast. We don't gotta get.
Well, he asked a question and was like, let's stay on task.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I forgot that I didn't care. Like, I asked,
All right, we're good.
and then I forgot. Like, I don't give a fuck. I think we should assume that we're fucking good.
At one time we did it, and it didn't work out that well.
All right, fine. Fine, Anthony.
Yes.
You are the producer after all.
Hey man, you can always get rid of me.
Let's get it going. Ish, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready, dog. It's the jam! Oh! It takes me somewhere! What it do? It's your boy, Keebler. Episode 55! 55 of Love and Chokes. I'm sitting here, Anthony behind the switches.
Hey guys.
My man Ish is with me.
What's up?
We're about to take y'all motherfuckers on a journey. Post Dan Swift interview.
Yes.
So much going on in the world. Bad Baby and Whoa Vicky about to do work. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. And then there's us.
Yep.
Just creeping in on you nice and slow. Sliding behind you, wrapping the arms around your waist. Whisper something into your ear like, hey, girl. Hey. Hey, bitch. Episode 55! Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. Anthony,
Yeah.
let's start the fucking show.
All right. Show has been started.
So what it do?
Not much. I think I'm slightly going crazy slowly.
What do you mean?
I've twice in the past like 2-3 days, I've thought somebody tried to break into my apartment.
Now you thought someone tried to break in, or someone tried to break in and then you convinced yourself that it didn't happen?
A little bit of both. So, like, Saturday night after I'm done editing the podcast, I go to sleep, and all of a sudden I hear there's a loud noise, and I wake up, and I hear like a door slamming that's always locked. Like, it's locked because the only time I use it is when I go do laundry, and I didn't do laundry today. So I was like, all right, it's closed. And then I like look in there, and I'm like, why is all my stuff put away?
You looked into it?
Like I looked into the hallway, and I looked out. And I'm like, why is all my shit put away? Like my brooms and all the stuff was put away, and I just hear a bunch of noise outside. I open the door, and there's nobody out there. And I'm like, okay, maybe I had a little bit too much to drink. Maybe it's just a hallucination. So I just go.
Wait, you hallucinate when you drink?
We'll say drinking.
Yeah.
and so like it's like whatever. So I play it off as no big deal. And then like this morning before I get up for work, I hear the same noise, and I hear the door, and then I just like I go run out there, and I open the door again, and nobody's there. But I hear the noise. I saw shadows move, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it's starting to freak me out to the point where I'm thinking about like an axe. I'm thinking about I'm just about to get a gun.
A gun?
A gun.
Yeah, but like, are you good at shooting guns?
Not yet, but I can learn. I can learn really
So
quick.
then that gun's not gonna help you all that much.
Not right now.
Here, take the axe.
What makes you think he's any better at swinging an axe?
I think
That's a good point.
Hey.
He's probably shit at the axe.
just give me a
too.
stick. I'll do well with a stick. A stick
Yeah,
will do good.
you'll
yeah.
fend him off with a stick.
Yeah. So now I gotta go home before I go to Pittsburgh tomorrow. I'm gonna like take apart my lock and look at the pins and just see if there's any scratches on them, and then put them back.
You didn't
Okay.
get that deep with it, huh?
Yeah, because I'm that paranoid about it.
He's fucking Matlock over here.
Yeah.
He's gonna get to the bottom of some shit.
Do you live in like a house, or do you live
Yeah, I
in
live
an
in a house.
apartment?
In a house. So there's like there's 2 people on the bottom floor and 2 people live above me. Everybody's females, so I'm just like my first instinct is like, I can't be them. But then it's like
Because they don't make loud noises.
They don't make loud noises, and they're not that
Listen to you.
super sexist. I know, super sexist. I've been like hanging out with my landlord too much. He usually puts the women on top and the guys on the bottom, but
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think it makes any more sense than either way. Because I mean, you're trapped up there. If somebody gets up there, you can't escape. If you're downstairs, you could jump out the window and you'll land on your porch or land outside on some gravel, but you could get up and run. Versus jumping off the second floor story, you break your leg. That dude's getting you. If he wants to get you, he'll get you.
Jesus. He'll get you. Like, that's a paranoid life you live.
Yeah.
All right, so
What about you?
wait, no. We're not dropping this. So you're hearing fucking noises.
Yeah.
But like, nothing. You didn't see anything.
All I saw was that like I thought I saw was a door closed the first time, and then the second time I saw some shadows move, and then I heard the door close.
Are you sure we're not talking about supernatural situations?
No. I'm not that kind of black person.
Are we not talking about those situations because you don't believe they're possible?
We had this conversation before. The only time I believe them is when other people are involved. Like other people who like known to like say I see that stuff, and they're like little kids. I'll believe it then. But
wait, what the fuck?
remember we talked about this?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so we'll go back, backtrack. So back in like college, there was a girl I was dating who had like a little sister, had a friend with a girl whose parents were known for like seeing stuff.
Keep telling.
Yeah, and then but the little girl was like apparently had the powers too, because we weren't like
powers.
the powers. Yeah, we did like this haunted drive in Ohio because there's apparently all this a bunch of abandoned and haunted stuff in Ohio you can go see. And there was a part in the drive where we were in some woods somewhere, and there's supposed to be something where you like, there's like something's supposed to come up and scare you or whatever it is. And the girl's just like, don't go over here. It's a little girl. She's like maybe 8, 9 years old. Don't go over here. She's talking about the back of the car, and she's looking this way and pointing her hand that way, and then the window just fogs up right back there. Nobody's in that area. I'm a grown man. I was like, hey, my girlfriend at the time, please hold me for a second. I am terrified. I don't believe in this shit, but hold on to me tight because I'm scared. Because I can't explain that.
Did you feel better when you were being held?
No, I didn't. I felt way worse.
Like just emasculated or
no?
More afraid?
Because I feel like I'm still gonna be the first person to
She
die.
was laughing.
I still feel like the first person that was gonna die, so it didn't make me feel any better.
Yeah, actually,
Because
you
you're
would be the
black.
first. Yeah.
Yeah,
the horror movie
that's how it
theory?
works.
yeah, exactly, man.
The
It's
black
in
guy
real
goes
life
first.
too.
Yeah, especially if you're one of those adventurous black guys. Let's go to the woods. Let's go to a haunted trail. You deserve to die.
Said no black guy ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say no black guys. ever
Hey,
did that
let's go
before.
to the woods.
But like that's how it is in the movies, though. Like there's always that adventurous black guy. Yeah, you deserve to die. So I deserve to die in that moment if anything bad happens.
No, I think he's always
He's
like
reluctant as fuck. Yeah,
But he still goes.
He's like,
he still
I
goes.
don't know about this, y'all.
But he still is there. He's still in the campsite. He's
And
still
he's
on the
always
ground.
like randomly hood.
yeah.
Like
He's
all the
not-
other
he's not
kids are
gonna pussy
suburban
out,
as
so he's
fuck,
still gonna
right?
go.
Yeah.
All the other kids, it's like a prep school and shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's like, "Hey, my nigga."
Yeah. It's always like the black dude or the black chick. I'm like,
It's like,
what?
wait a second. Why are you in the same school as them?
Thank you.
He's like, I got really good grades.
I'm smart as fuck, nigga.
It's that recruiting. It's that
Those
sports
dudes
recruiting.
exist though.
Yeah. They
Like
do exist.
super hood, really bright dudes.
Yeah.
Exist.
Yeah.
Who will write like it's Shakespeare and talk like they are Tupac.
Yeah.
They exist because they see it as like separate shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle actually talked about this briefly in an interview on Inside the Actors Studio,
Yeah.
and he said that all black people in America are bilingual, that they speak street vernacular and job interview, and that they're two separate languages, right? So he was saying that when he's on stage, he felt like he was with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd be like, "Hey, nigga," he's having fun with the fact that he's a black person in America and using that language.
Right.
But his parents are college professors. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle's parents are fucking college professors. So he was like, I'll go into a business meeting and some old white dude's like, "Hey, my man." And I'm like, no, my name is David. He's like, because I can talk that shit. He's like, I'm sitting across from a motherfucker and I'm thinking to myself, my parents, like chances are, like fucking astronomical odds are that my parents are more educated than your parents. But your parents had more access than my parents did. And that's it. So like, don't come at me with like, my man. It's like, I'm not your fucking man. Like, this is business, dog. No. Like, you don't talk to me like you're my friend. And I totally identify with that shit. Because even though it's not that, like, I don't speak hood, I just have a very relaxed way of speaking that comes from not having a conventional job for most of my adult life.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I'm used to just speaking however the fuck I want. So it's not that, like, it's not like yo, but it's not button up. Because you can't say fuck as often as I say fuck until you're rich.
Yeah.
Like Gary Vaynerchuk can say fuck this and fuck that, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet when he was working scooping ice for his dad when he was still a kid, he wasn't dropping F-bombs inside the fucking liquor store. I guarantee you that shit.
No.
Sasha would have smacked this nigga, dude. Like, fuck's wrong with you? Like, it never would have gone down that way. But once you're either solo and independent or successful, one or the other, then you can develop into whatever the fuck you want to be. But before that, you're kind of forced to deal with like the basic constructs that people really, the best word I think is probably just decorum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of getting to create what is defined as the decorum around you, you must just yield to whatever the fucking general decorum is. I, for one, ain't built for that. I ain't built for that. But no one's ever accused me of sounding too hood. That's also true. Like, oh, Darren's too hood. Even though, like it's so funny to me, like the people that act hood. Like when I see kids around here, like I live in the suburbs now. I live in the suburbs, the east side suburbs of Cleveland. And when I see these little nigglets walking around, like sagging and talking shit, nigga this, nigga that, motherfucker this, motherfucker that, and all I picture are a set of parents who might have grown up in like Glenville, Collinwood, Mount Pleasant, and they got that job at like Progressive, which is not killing the game money-wise, right? But they're doing much better than their neighbors did when they were coming up. Do you know what I'm saying? Where like half your neighbors are in the system and the other half have jobs that don't pay all that much. A lot of home health care aides in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hairdressers. And you know what's crazy? When I picture the jobs that people in the hood have, I'm only picturing women. I'm not picturing a man. Now, maybe that's just the way that I grew up. But when I close my eyes and I'm like, all right, if you're in the hood, what can you do for a living? I don't see any dudes when I close my eyes. Because most of the dudes in the neighborhood that I grew up in were in the motherfucking system. And the women were holding it down or not. And then everybody was fucked up. So both my parents worked when I was a kid, right? But when I think about my other homies, if their mama didn't work, shit wasn't right. And maybe that was my street. Maybe that says more about 138th than it does about people in general. But I don't know.
Was the dad, when you think of that life, do you think of the dad as just not working or not even being there?
One or the other. One or the other. I can't think. Besides, there was a dude on my street named Daryl. His dad lived with him and had a job. Everybody else, and now we're just talking, let's just talk my block, my street. So stop sign to stop sign. You feel me?
Yeah.
Stop sign to stop sign. My dad, Daryl's dad.
That's it?
That's it. That's it. Everybody else, either daddy ain't here, I've never met your dad, or I met your dad and don't know his face. Like, so my best friend growing up, I couldn't tell you what his dad looks like.
Really?
Could not tell you. I know that I've seen him before. I'm sure he was at the funeral, for fuck's sake. But, I couldn't tell you what he looks like. Isn't that weird?
That is strange.
Couldn't tell you what it looks like. I know his grandma. I know his mama. Like, I remember being at the funeral because my best friend got shot. And, in 2007, like right before I went to the Worlds, I went to the funeral. So at the Worlds, I had the fucking, what do they call it? That little,
The prayer card?
Yeah.
thing?
From the funeral with me. And that was a trip. But like, you know, like you go past the body and then you see the immediate family. And I hadn't really, like, his name's Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Marvin never really kicked it once I fucking moved away. Like, and like away, this is what's also crazy. Away is from 138th, like, to off of 130th. When I moved that far, which is not far at all,
Yeah.
we basically were out of contact.
How old were you?
When we moved, I was like 8. And then once I went to prep school when I was 10, besides, like, if you didn't live on my street, on my block, I didn't know you if you were in the hood. All my friends are from school after that. So if you were on my street, on my block, like Brian or Kevin briefly, DeSell, I had some friends from my block. But I didn't walk through my neighborhood, really. I didn't, like, know anybody else. So all my friends are from school. And, like, yeah, like, we kind of, like, drifted apart. But then I would go visit, like, Grandma Judy or something. Like, the neighborhood I grew up in, you had, like, a lady named Grandma Judy who was, like, the streets grandma.
Yeah.
And if she caught you doing some shit, Grandma Judy would whoop your ass and nobody would question it. She didn't have to, like, prove to my mom that I did something. She could be like, I saw your boy doing blah, 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 and I whooped his ass. And my mom would be like, fair.
She's like, I'll give him a second ass whooping.
Like,
Yeah.
fair. Like, so that's the neighborhood that I grew up in with Grandma Judy. And when I would go back to visit Grandma Judy, sometimes I would see Marvin and we would chop it up for a second. But we never, like, got fucking close. And so I remember being at the funeral and everybody's, like, hugging his mom. And I hug his mom. And I was like, you know, I'm not good at being family. And that was, like, the first time that really resonated with me when I realized that was a shortcoming of me. That, like, I easily detach away from people I really care about in order to either do a task or to care about another individual for a brief period of time. I can leave you the fuck alone at any time. And I don't think that's great always. I think it's sometimes a great asset to be able to do, but I don't think it's good in general. But it's an aspect of my personality. And I was like, I'm not good at being family. I wasn't a good enough brother. And she didn't even look up until I said that. And then she goes, Darren? And then I realized she's just been crying. Like, she hasn't noticed any individual who's come up to her yet. She's in her own space. She's mourning right now. And everyone's coming up and saying the same dumb shit. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's burying her fucking son. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And that was all that could come to my mind. And then when she looked at me and she registered and she was like, Darren? And I was like, yeah. And then I think we both kind of realized that, like, we hadn't seen each other in so long that she wasn't 100% certain that that was me. And that was fucked up too. It was so much.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I got on that.
I don't know.
That is a heavy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a heavy day. But yeah, you know, podcasts can sometimes be used for sharing.
Yeah. There you go.
So I just shared on you niggas. Oh, that's what it was. It was the use of street vernacular and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of some street shit,
What?
something's on its way to me.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Look at me now.
Yeah, I went through my, like memory, like Rolodex of memories. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, when I used to hang out in Over the Rhine in Cincinnati, I was like, yeah, I don't remember seeing anybody's dad. Like, the only people's dad I used to see were, like, the Asian people that own, like, the black hair store.
Oh, no. Anthony just bringing it right down to the race.
Pretty much. Like, the only people I saw, like, the Asian parents. That was it. Other than that, I never saw their parents were never at home. Like, my one friend that's, like, a freak athlete, like, And he's not a freak athlete. Like, he does like crazy things, but like he literally just like you look at him. He's like, "What the hell happened to you?" It's like, "Oh yeah, my mom beat me, and that's the reason why I look so buff and big, and so athletic." And like, yeah, I never saw his dad once, and it's like my best friend.
Adversity.
Yeah.
Adversity, like, there's that whole thing that Dan Pena says a lot. Are you guys hip to Dan Pena?
I've heard the name.
I call him Dad.
Yeah, I know about
He's
that.
like my new father. Because my dad is a really awesome guy who loves me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that makes sense.
that doesn't mean anything. Like, that's not how you be a dad.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of awesome dudes. Like, there's lots of people I like that are older than me. But yeah, Dan Pena is just like one of my favorite things that he said that I've seen on the internet. He's talking to Brian Rose. And Brian Rose has a podcast called London Real. And he's like, these fucking cunts that you listen to, or that are listening to you right now, they think you're a big fucking deal. I know you're not. Because I see you as 1,000 times more than what you are. And I was like, that motherfucker has higher standards than other people. And he actually expects you to live up to them. I wonder what it's like to have standards. I wonder what it's like to have a man in your life who has expectations for you and demands that you meet them. Demands it. No one ever did that for me.
Don't you think they always have some kind of higher expectation for you, though?
I don't know. I think they have a hope.
Yeah, okay.
But the difference between hope and expectation is cavernous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel it.
like, I just know that Darren's going to be a success. I just know it.
But don't actually push you toward that.
No. Zero guidance in life. Like, were you guided?
Man, you mentioned this on another podcast.
It's so important.
And I was thinking
Yesterday,
about it.
or
with-
the last one.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
was
I think I did ask Dan. But that's because I'm worried about that, dude.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm not even fucking playing. Like,
Well, no, yeah, like,
I don't know how
It's
many. I don't
because-
know how many times you said, "Oh, I don't care, man." I'm like, no,
right,
you should.
that
You
shit.
should.
The I don't give a fuck. That bothers me. That bothers me. So, yeah. So I was like, but finish. Go ahead.
But it got me thinking, because I'm not where I want to be in my life. But I know now where I want to go and what I need to do to get there. But I'm like, why didn't I finish? Why didn't I do this earlier?
What do you want to do?
Just have my own life. You know, be financially stable where I don't have to worry about my Jeep falling apart on me if I want to take a road trip outside of 45 minutes.
Yeah, right?
But just, and you brought that up, and I was like, was I ever guided really? And I think I grew up with a single mom and a dad who came out of prison. He was away for a while, and he was trying to get his life together when he got out, and also trying to take care of two kids that he saw. We saw him on a regular basis, but it obviously wasn't the same as being home.
Right.
And my mom was trying to do her thing and working two jobs, and my older brother was he's 17 years older than me. He was trying to do his own thing.
Is that the one I've met?
Yes.
He's that much older than
He's
you?
17 years older than me.
Holy
Yes.
shit!
Yes.
He's holding it together.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
God damn. I didn't know it was that.
Yeah,
young.
he like just now started dyeing his hair. I was like, there's hope. There's hope
Holy
for me.
shit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool blessing.
When I was born, he brought me out onto the St. Edward football field. They had some big family night thing, and all of course it's a guy's school, so all the guys were talking shit. They were saying, "Yeah, I'm the one who got Jesse's mom pregnant," and all this other stuff.
That's funny.
But like,
Like, they're assholes.
yeah,
But
of
that's
course,
funny.
of course.
Like, you see my son?
Yeah, everyone thought I was his kid.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe that he had a little brother,
Man.
almost 1-year-old little brother.
Especially at a Catholic school, because they pack them so tight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're not pulling out,
Yeah.
which is against the laws, You're not wrapping it up, which is also against the laws. You get a lot of them Irish twins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Irish twins. What's the Irish twins? Is that
Aren't they like 9 months apart?
Yeah. I think so.
Irish twins? Look it up.
Let's double check. But
my younger brother and I are 14 months apart.
Yeah, my brother and I are 18 months.
My dad jumped in there as soon as he could.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
I'm getting in there.
I got one son. Let me see if I can get another.
Yeah.
But I think my mom had hopes for me, and she did the best she could, and I love her to death.
Right. See, that's how I feel.
But there was
They
no
did the best they could, the best they knew fucking how to.
yeah, and there was no like kind of structure to it. It was just do your homework. It's like, well, I don't want to do my homework. There was no like, listen, if you don't do your homework.
Did
you're
you do
gonna
your
fall-
homework?
When she was watching me. When she was watching me.
less than 12 months apart for the calendar year. Is
Less than
Okay.
12 months. Okay. For Irish
So,
twins.
I really never, like, all right, here's the funniest fucking part about, like, my experience in school. When I was in elementary school, I was in the hood, in public school, and I crushed so much that I had to rewrite my own curriculum for school. So from, like, the
Jeez.
second grade until I left in fourth grade, I wrote my curriculum. No bullshit. I decided what I was going to learn and then was held accountable for learning that instead of doing whatever the fuck else they were doing. Right?
Wow.
I go to prep school. I go to US, and immediately I was like, everybody's not working hard. And we have lots of cool shit. Maybe there's something I don't know. That's when I started becoming a worker. Like, and not in the sense of a hard worker. I'm talking like a con man,
Yeah.
right? Like, I started working the system to make sure that I did enough, but I never worked hard. And I conned my way through middle school, through high school. There's no way I truly graduated high school. There's no way.
Really?
Really. Because on the day of my graduation, I took an exam for my junior year. And then when I finished it, they told me to go get in line and gave me a signed diploma. They didn't even have time to grade that motherfucker. It was a demonstration of one day you're going to be held accountable, which I was. I lost my shit. I lost my whole life. Okay, respect. Could have learned that at 17. But again, even these motherfuckers didn't hold me to any real standard. That was like a wink on the way out. Like, hey, man, you got to really do some stuff, okay? Like, we pushed you
Yeah.
through, but, like, you should probably work harder in this college phase. And then I was like, college? Not doing that. Which was actually the smartest fucking thing I did. Because I would have wasted my money, my parents' money. If I had gone directly to college especially, it would be better for me to go to college now.
Did you ever think about going to like a community college? Just to
I
kinda
did
get
think
some-
about it.
okay.
I took like the placement exams and shit. And then oh man, this is about to be so terrible. I'm going to say it right into the camera. I looked around me and I thought that the people around me were fucking beneath me, and so I didn't want to be around them. That's why I didn't go to community college. I said it out loud. Now, do I think I was justified in thinking that? I don't actually think that. But that's what I was thinking. I did think that in my mind. I was like, I don't want to be around these kinds of people. I thought that, and then I acted upon it.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. I think I'm better than everyone. I'm an asshole.
So there was no like.
It's gotten better, but I still have that aspect of my personality. It comes out in jiu-jitsu.
So you didn't like look at someone and go, "Oh, look at this older person" or something.
No,
like
it
that,
was
kinda-
the young people that made me sick.
Okay.
It was like, oh God, this is gonna be so taken out of context, but let's give it to him.
Awesome.
We already gave him dog fighting.
Yes.
Let's give him racism too. Look, I don't like being around niggers. And not like black people. I mean like niggas. Like almost like that Chris Rock bit, right?
Yeah.
And like there's a natural conflict. The second that I start speaking, a person that feels threatened by the fact that I talk like this and they talk like that will immediately start acting like I'm soft or beneath them. And then I usually will let it go. I'll be like, whatever. I don't really give a fuck what this guy thinks about me. And because I don't check them, and because of the culture that they're from, which is like shepherd's culture type shit, if you don't check a motherfucker, then you're weak. So then they come back, and now there's real conflict. And I don't have that kind of time. Nor do I want to check every motherfucker that says, why you talk so proper? I don't have fucking time for that shit. Like, I don't have time for that shit. I will beat the fuck out of you. And I don't wanna. Like, I don't wanna. Like, you're gonna ask me, nigga, where you from? And then you're gonna tell me you're from a suburb. You're gonna be, I'm from Warrensville Heights, nigga. Just because you're from a black suburb doesn't mean shit to me. You're from a suburb.
There's a Whole Foods down the street.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to right now? So, like, I don't like that shit. It's the same reason I don't get my hair cut in most black barbershops. There's one black barbershop I fuck with, and it's because they have the strictest rules. So badass. You're not allowed to stand outside their store. You're not allowed to stand outside the shop for any reason. You're not allowed to be on your phone. You're not allowed to talk and swear in the store. And you can't argue, but you can talk.
That is old school shit.
Old school shit.
Yeah.
And when motherfuckers fuck up, they just stop everything and they're like, no. It's the shit. It's the shit. But every other time I go into a shop and they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, even all around, no lines. The dude goes, no lineup. And then it's like someone took the fucking needle off the record. And like everyone starts talking and they start listening to my voice and they're like, you don't want no line? Why you sound so white? Blah, 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 blah. Let's just go scrap, dog. Can we just go scrap so you can respect me? Because you're not going to respect me until I fuck one of you up. And like, I don't want to do that.
Over a lineup.
Yes.
Over a lineup.
Do you understand how it happens though? Like when I tell you that story, does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people listening right now, and they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, you say no lineup and dudes want to fight you? Yes! 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 That is my life. That is my experience. And so that's why I looked around at community college, and I was like, this is literally going to be an everyday fucking thing.
Okay. Now that makes sense.
I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to deal with that shit. Which, in a way, is racist. But that's intelligent racism. And if you don't understand the difference between that and real dumb hatred, like, then fuck you. Like, sometimes racism's good, okay? Like, sometimes it saves you some trouble.
You should have just taken your ass to the Tri-C Parma campus.
Gone to the white
You
one?
would have had none of these problems.
Worse.
None of these problems.
Because I'm afraid of poor white people, because I don't know any.
Poor white people.
I don't
It is
know
Parma.
any. They're fucking weird. Like,
It's interesting.
so
It's
bad.
interesting to
This
hang
is
out
the
with
worst.
them.
Cheese and
The
mayonnaise
situation I'm
sandwiches.
in right now, because now I have to tell the truth. We just had a podcast where people are going to be hating. And now I'm talking like, I hate black people. Don't really care for white people either. Like,
So,
look,
do you care for the human race?
not so much. And that's the bottom
I
line.
think you're good then.
We're just separating you for convenience right now.
There you go.
But I didn't grow up with poor white people. So I don't really know their habits. And so, like, when I'm dealing with strangers, I use a lot of, like, the same, like, racial profiling, the same kind of, like, just, like, grouping kind of data, right? And so I'm used to the way that poor black people move and function in society. And so I can easily, at a glance, tell the difference between someone who's just poor and someone who's up to some shit. Mm-hmm. When it's poor white people, they carry themselves differently, and I don't feel as comfortable with my grouping data. I'm used to dealing with middle class and upper middle class white people. So that's the grouping data that I feel comfortable. So if I see Chad thinking about punching me in the face, I can notice it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if Chad's just kicking it with Hopper, I can tell that they're chilling right now.
These two of the
If
whitest
Chip
names I've
comes
ever
over
heard. Chip!
and Chip-
There's no end.
Starts telling you, yo, that motherfucker Tucker banged Heather last night. I know that Chip,
Sally Mae.
Tucker, they're about to go fuck this dude up. I can feel all that shit. And I can also feel when they're just talking shit and they're not going to do anything. because I grew up with those kids. Yeah, I went all the way into the names.
Oh my god.
I grew up with them. I know what they're like. If Pudgy and Jamal and fucking Boo want to go whoop on somebody, I know when they're just talking shit and we're just going to finish this blunt. Or when they're about to go see what it do. I know the difference because I've been around those motherfuckers. But I haven't really been
Vaseline on their
around.
face.
I haven't really been around poor white people, except for on Sunday with Dan.
Yeah.
Or Saturday. So I'm not used to the way that they move. So sometimes they make me nervous.
I can give you a hint. If Chew's leaving, if Fresh Chew leaves the mouth, you know a fight's about to happen.
Fresh Chew leaves the
I'm
mouth.
so serious. Fresh Chew, if like they spit the chew out and it's like they just put it in, a fight's probably gonna happen.
They don't want to swallow it, yeah?
No, they don't even want to
They're
swallow
like,
it.
this is real.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to. Yeah, like it's either they put it away somewhere and just save it for later,
Yeah,
or
they're
they
gonna
just,
save it.
or they're gonna spit it out. Like they get ready to fight. Yeah, like no.
Fresh Chew.
Yeah, that's the go-to sign I've learned.
Noted.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Hopper puts away his Fresh Chew.
I love the names.
Shit. Those are real names of people I know.
That's hilarious. I love it.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm familiar with their world. I'm not really a part of it, especially now. I'm like completely wrapped up in my own subculture. Not even jiu-jitsu. Like literally my own subculture. So I don't really give a fuck about what they're up to. Like, whatever the fuck Chip is doing right now,
Yeah.
I hope he's sucking Blake's dick. like, and I hope Jordan's filming it. Fuck all those motherfuckers, you know?
Oh man.
But I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I feel pretty. You just made me realize I've been around a lot of people, and I feel pretty fortunate that I know about a lot of different cultures.
Yeah.
Thank God, I never.
I think part of that is West Side.
Yeah.
I think part of that's West Side. East Side's so segregated. You don't, like, it's economically and money segregated, I think, a lot harder than the West Side.
For sure. I grew up around Puerto Ricans, obviously. But
Obviously, he Puerto Rican.
Now you know. If you try to figure it out, he's like The Rock. You just can't tell. Now you know.
yeah, that's exactly. His nose is kind of big, but his eyes are green.
What is he? He speaks so well.
I got that the other day.
Team
you
hybrid.
speak very well. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I was
What-
raised in this country, and
American. You can check my
Yeah.
driver's license. I don't think it says on my driver's license.
you know, for like a spick though.
yeah. That's exactly what they were saying.
Oh man, that's so stupid.
You know what I mean? For a spick.
You speak very well. I'm like, yeah. My mom was an English teacher,
Yeah,
so I
there you
should.
go.
Yeah, my mom insisted that I speak English, like real English.
It helps because I think that's easier or harder to master than it's comes off phony if you didn't learn it.
I agree.
When I hear dudes call behind me, "Excuse me, sir," sir, I'm like, just have some confidence, man. I'm gonna be nice, sir.
That's so funny.
Let's say you knew they were trying to be polite.
Yeah.
Excuse
But
me,
no
sir.
one ever fucking taught them. A lack of guidance.
Yeah.
A lack of guidance. And I'm in no fucking condition to guide anybody. I'm just recognizing the issue. It's a big one.
He can guide you somewhere though, right into the Love and Chokes Academy.
Oh.
I wish I knew the address off the top of my head.
Oh.
I would have just said
I
it.
could also guide you right down there.
There you go. To the dick and to the beer.
I didn't say to the dick. I'm saying down there.
To the hell. To hell.
Down where?
To hell.
A DX.
Down here.
Down there. To the crotch.
So you said there is a lot going on in the world.
Okay, well we can just go with the short and simple. Your boy Dustin Poirier just didn't beat the brakes out of him, but yeah, no, kind of beat the brakes off of Gaethje.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Justin can have the brakes beaten off of him. It's just that he assumes he will also be beating the brakes off of you.
Yeah.
And that when the brakes give out, they're going to be your brakes.
Yeah. But you also can't be like, I think I'm going to do 5 more fights and then I'm done.
Who said that?
Justin. He says I'm going to do 5 more and I'm done. I'm like, hey man, how about wrestle a little bit? Let's just wrestle, just like maybe for a second.
Like what kind of wrestling?
Like any kind of wrestling, literally anything. He's a Division I wrestler,
You
right?
just want to see him more? What are you saying?
Just
Are you gonna miss him? Like what are you talking about?
Hey,
You're
man,
talking about for like longevity.
just
purpose?
longevity. If you want to make some money and not just
There's no money in fucking wrestling.
no, I mean no wrestle like in terms of when he's fighting.
Oh,
Yeah, like actually like like put on your singlet and wrestle once in a while. That'd be nice.
okay, Brendan.
Hey man, it's the truth. But so there's that, and that's the only thing I really care about in MMA. But no,
So Justin Gaethje, I think he's fighting the right style to make the most money possible. And if his plan is to get in and out of the UFC,
yeah,
to do 5 and be gone,
mm-hmm.
I don't think he should change his style. His style is why he was the main event.
Yeah.
The main event makes the most money. And that's the whole point. Professional fighting. These motherfuckers think that professional fighting is about professional winning. And so they want to put themselves in situations where they're almost certain that they're going to be able to pull it off, even if they slightly underperform.
Okay.
That is the ideal fight that MMA fighters are looking for. Like 90% of these motherfuckers, like no question.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu guys too, especially when it comes down to that super fight shit.
Mm-hmm.
Top level guys are getting spoiled as fuck. And they're losing the beauty of growing up in a school or an environment where it's tournament based, where you don't know who you're preparing for and you know that they train as hard as you.
Just show up and scrap.
Show up and fucking scrap. Wrestler shit. And what's a tougher culture? Wrestling or jiu-jitsu? Don't worry, I'll wait.
So, oh yeah, man. We lay on our backs and
Fuck out of here. Obviously wrestling. Obviously wrestling. So as grapplers and as fighters, as combat athletes, mimicking that culture is important. Like we're losing that aspect by all this cherry picking bullshit that goes on. And like, it doesn't actually benefit you to cherry pick. It doesn't truly benefit you because the money is in the fucking spectacle and the spectacle is in the risk.
Yeah.
If there's no risk, then no one gives a fuck about you. No one gives a fuck. What did you risk? Nothing. Oh, you won? Probably a decision too.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not the way you earn. Not out here. Not in this WME world. Like, it's not about just stacking up victories. It's about being able to draw eyes that they can convert on and make money from. Justin Gaethje's style draws eyes. That's the best style.
This is true, but like if you want that, like that commercial money, you gotta be able to say these lines. You can't not.
He's not gonna get that commercial money. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
No, I mean like without the fucking scratches and scars. Like he's not a beautiful dude.
Doesn't have to be a beautiful guy.
You either need to be beautiful or brilliant, and he's neither.
Kane's neither beautiful nor brilliant, and they had him on like mobile, whatever it is. They had him on a little couple commercials.
And you remember them.
Yeah, like
what are they?
Like what is it? Like that like kind of off-brand like cell phone service, like
Metro
PS. There you go,
yeah,
Metro PCS.
Are they a sponsor or something like that?
They're a sponsor of the UFC overall.
Oh, okay, then never mind. And I guess I got.
So
I was thinking
what?
about Budweiser,
Huh?
but Budweiser also was a sponsor. Model's also a sponsor. All right. Anyway,
none of these motherfuckers are generating revenue unless they're beautiful or captivating.
Yeah.
And so, his best shot at being remotely captivating is doing the shit he's doing right now.
Okay.
How dare you?
All right. Fine. Fuck off.
You son of a bitch.
Fuck off then. So I got questions for you guys. What do you guys like to learn about first? A grandmother killing her lookalike and then killing her husband.
What?
Police, mice eating
All right.
a ton of.
I'll be right back.
Well, I'll let you pick, and then we'll wait. So we got mice eating a bunch of weed, like out of an evidence locker. We have a man telling an experience about being swallowed by a hippo.
What?
Or we have a doctor kills his lover with coke on his dick.
I don't even know where to begin.
Don't worry, I will repeat them. So
let's go with grandmother who kills her lookalike.
Oh man, all right, this is a good one. While I'm waiting for this, let me read up on this. But essentially, what it is that this grandma. And now we'll wait because we'll wait for Darren. Let's think something else. We'll do a bonus one without him. Fuck that guy.
Bonus.
Well, we can talk about Iowa mom killed Iron Man killed mother with Les Paul's guitar.
Yeah. I'm stunned. How does that even happen?
Let's find out. It's loading up right now. So, police have charged a Burlington man with killing his mother by striking her in the head with an electric guitar. The Hawkeye newspaper reported 29-year-old Garrett S. Selters was charged with first-degree murder Wednesday in the death of a 56-year-old Linda Shelters. And he struck her over the head, and then...
With a Les Paul guitar.
Yeah, and then Linda calls that police while she's, like, bleeding out and dying.
Do you think when he was hitting her in the head, it was like, bang, bang,
Wait, someone busted somebody with a Les Paul?
Guitar, yep. Yeah.
Well, that's what a Les Paul is.
Well,
See,
hey,
I'm a man.
I know. Hey, you're a man that knows human
No, I'm
tricks.
kidding. I know human tricks. I know how to play guitar.
That was the bonus one, and so because you weren't here, but now
That's all good.
We'll go to the real one.
That real shit.
That nationwide hunt. So, where do you think this murder took place? This double murder took place, or where it started from?
Slow down. Where do I think this murder took place?
Yeah, the initial murder took place.
Like what part of the country?
What part of the country?
Okay.
Yes, we.
Thank you.
100% the South.
All right, so
Okay, keep going. Let's get a little bit closer.
wait, are we talking about the Les Paul?
No, the grandmother lookalike killing her husband and then her lookalike. She killed her husband, then a person that looks like her.
A random person that looks like her?
Yes. Yes.
She sought out a person
That looks like her
and she was like, "Fuck that noise.
and killed her.
I'm not down with doppelgangers."
I'll explain
You're
the more.
going down.
I'll explain more of it, but just guess the what state?
Florida.
Yes.
And still.
How did I not guess that? I feel so dumb.
Still.
So basically,
Champion of crazy motherfuckers.
so this lady
Florida.
has a gambling problem,
Florida.
and
Not
so
surprising.
and so I don't know why they don't say why she killed her husband, but she's already accused of killing her husband, and then she goes to another state and finds somebody that looks like her to steal her identity, befriends that lady, then kills her for her stuff, and then takes off.
How old is she?
She is 56.
Cool.
Yes.
See, 56 is the new 36. You can still be crazy as fucking murderous.
So I thought when you meant grandma, I'm like,
I was picturing
Like
80s.
That's what
something.
the title says. They like,
But
to,
yeah, like more like,
yeah.
I'd say more like MILF.
So it's a nationwide manhunt for her.
someone
A
who,
MILF hunt.
Someone who
MILF
kills
hunt.
her look-alike is not going to be a MILF.
It's not, what?
She's not going to be a MILF. She kills her look-alike.
Why not?
Because
Is she hot?
Pull up a picture.
You're gonna have to come over here. I can't move the camera.
Answer me.
No, I don't think so. What do you think? This is
No, not at all.
that's
I'm gonna go look at it. I'm gonna be like, yeah.
She has a shirtless blouse on. No.
I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Let me make sure I'm looking.
on it.
Let me make sure I'm looking at the right person first. Hold on, I got. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, come over here. So,
This dimension.
so this is the murderer,
Uh-huh.
and then
And
that's
the one that she looks
killed.
like?
That's the one she killed. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, she looks murderous.
yeah,
She's got murder in her eyes.
yeah. She killed this one for her identity.
No, she has bipolar eyes.
Yes.
That's what she's got.
Okay, I guess I can see the resemblance.
So yeah, they go around. So now they're looking for her across the country because they don't know where she is. They can't find her.
Okay.
But she was in Florida. So
Well, now there's only one person who looks like her. She fucked that up for herself.
I swear I've seen her on like adult webcams.
Oh, God. No.
yeah, so that's going on, and let's go to the next one.
I'm sorry, my own joke popped me.
No, you're fine. So you missed out. So we'll go through the lineup again. So we got guy talks about his experience of being swallowed by a hippo. Doctor kills his lover with coke on his dick.
Yes.
Or we got
Wait, no, we're done. That's
done?
the hero.
Oh, okay.
What about that?
That's it.
so a woman died.
Puts the coke on his dick and fucks her with it. Is she allergic to cocaine?
So what happened? I don't know. I think she.
I
I think
thought that was kosher. I thought that was fine.
It usually is. I mean, what? Look, a nummy, ain't nothing wrong with a little nummy. I might put a little cocaine on your nipple. I might blow on it a little bit, you know, like when it makes it feel cold. Look, that I'm talking about like 15 years ago. But I guess I'm talking about it. Yeah, I've done like sex stuff with cocaine. Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
well, it's not thing that she knew about that he was doing because he
Oh, is it rapey?
kind of sort. Well, kind of. It's not really. Like they.
What do you mean not really?
Like this would happen. It's not like it's rapey in the sense that they consensually had sex as adults, but they didn't know. She didn't know that he put coke on his dick because she just
Okay.
sucked his dick, and then she died because apparently there's been 3 other women that he's done this to before, where they meet up
Wait,
online.
slow down. Did you hear what you just said?
There's been 3 other women.
Women's.
He said women's.
Women. 3 other women that he's done
He done
this.
this to a lot of women's.
He does to a lot of women's. He did this to 3 other women he's met before online, where
And they died too?
They didn't die. They all had some. They all had some type of ill reaction towards it.
Really?
Yeah.
How
So-
much cocaine is he putting on his dick?
And like what? Like where's it from?
You know what? Like, they cut coke with so much different shit. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
all right, the last time I did coke,
Side story.
I went to a house and I was with a friend of mine. And it's like an after bar situation. I can't believe I'm telling this story on the podcast. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so my homeboy's like, yeah, come by. We got some blow. You can buy a little bit, party. We'll probably be doing this till like 6 a.m. As soon as bar time's over, come through. I'm like, all right, cool. Me and my homeboy go over there. I'm looking around. There aren't as many girls as I like there to be when I was doing cocaine. When I am, I'll just keep it in first person in present tense. There weren't enough girls there when I'm doing coke. I like to be around girls. I don't like to be around a bunch of dudes. It's just the way I feel. So I'm looking around. I'm like, man, there's not that many chicks, but I'm doing a couple rails, and I'm like, instantly, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom now. Like, I have to shit, like now. So I do like my second line, and I'm like, it is bathroom time. So I just walk over to my homie. I don't like, it's not even awkward, but I'm like, hey, where's your bathroom? He goes, oh man, we just got our water turned off today. And I go, why are you having people over after bar time if nobody can flush your toilet? And he's like, oh, I didn't really think about it, dog. It should be all right. And I'm like, no, it's not going to be all right. But I don't say anything. Right? And so about 15 minutes go by, and I can feel the rumbling, like, getting serious. Do I stop doing coke?
Why would you?
Why would I stop doing coke? Jesus, what are we, pussies? So I do another line, and I look up at my friend, and I look over at this girl, and like shortly after I make eye contact with this girl, I feel myself just kind of explode a little bit in my jeans.
No.
Yeah.
Boom. Like an explosion. Not like a shart. Not like a little bit.
You know, like you're talking about painting your wall.
I mean, like, my whole butt, like, to here,
Good God.
destroyed these jeans, right? Which are relatively pale jeans, too. We're not talking like a dark denim. We're like, oh, maybe they're just, like, I mean, you can see color. Like, you know what's happening inside me, right? Now, at this point, I'm assuming all these things, but I haven't seen it yet, right? But I saw later. So I know that I was completely exposed here. So I keep my back toward the wall, and I shuffle along the wall. I just shuffle along the wall slowly, still making eye contact with other human beings, trying to act like
Normal.
nothing is wrong. I'm just...
Did it? Obviously, it smelled.
It
right?
must have, but I didn't get that far. So I'm moving right now. I'm in survival mode. I'm serious. This is some fucking serious survival mode shit. So I'm walking. I get to my homie that I came there with, and I'm like, hey, I shit myself. We've got to go. We got to go now. And he didn't, this is one of the reasons I fuck with this motherfucker to this day. He didn't even hesitate. He was like, all right, let's go. Like, let's do this. And so he's like, all right, bye, everybody. And he like shields me, and we get out the door. We get down to his truck, and I press myself up into an L sit. And I held an L sit for a long time. Then I realized that I could kind of put my feet on the floor and hold myself up on the dashboard, right? When we get to my house, and he never fucking ratted on me. He never fucking told a soul. He never told a soul. That's my dog.
Nice.
He never told a soul. But now I've told the whole internet that, like, I don't know, like 15 years ago, I was high on cocaine and shot my pants, and it was hilarious.
This is my favorite story you've ever told me.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's great.
I should tell it every Christmas.
You should. kids.
It's
That's
wonderful. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, it's hard to embarrass me. It's hard to embarrass me.
yeah.
Yes. I just told you I shat my fucking pants and did hard drugs. Like, I was open and honest about losing my business and whose fucking fault that was.
Mm-hmm.
I was open and honest about not winning a match for several fucking years and how hard that was. Now, remember, I just won a match and I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my life, and I'm very confident that I'm going to end up winning everything I've ever wanted out of this life, and I'm going to be just as open and honest about how that shit feels too.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Mm.
That's just for the haters.
Woo.
I know you're out there. I need you. I like you, honestly. I like y'all.
Do you still have those jeans though?
No. They were gone that night, man. They got put in a bag, thrown in the trash that night.
Set on
They
fire.
were dead.
Oh,
There was
God.
no coming back from that. And even if I could have brought them back, I wouldn't have wanted to bring them back.
You never do, because it's just the remembrance. It's just that
Just
remember.
every time you
Yeah.
wear them.
Yeah.
I pissed my jeans.
I've
Wash
done that
those
before.
things.
That's fine.
I've done
Oh,
that
dog.
before.
So when I was a white belt, I'm like hanging out at Donald's house at his apartment. We're drinking and having fun or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk home, guys. I'll see you later. I'm thinking in my mind that the walk is like 3 minutes. I remember when I'm leaving, I'm like, it's like 3-minute walk. No, dummy. It's a 3-minute drive.
Mm.
It's going to cost you 15 of your minutes, maybe 20
Yeah.
to walk home. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like going from here to the old academy.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like right there.
Yeah, but it's
I
not,
can like run there.
it's not really right there.
It's a mile away.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's close, dog. But it's not, I'm going to be there in a second on foot close.
No.
It would take a world-class runner about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You ain't that. And you ain't running, drunkie. So I'm walking home, and about halfway I realize there's no way I'm making it home before I piss. There's just no way. Now, I cross Coventry.
Mm.
The amount of people my age walking around at 1:30 in the morning in that area, you would think you were anywhere else in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like you could have gotten away with it there.
so I'm walking, and I walk past this dude, then I walk past a couple, and I walk past this girl who's like, not my neighbor, but she's like on my block, and I think she's gorgeous. And I do have a girlfriend at the time, so I shouldn't be thinking this way, but I'm like, all right, don't piss yourself in front of that girl. When she's like walking, like I can see her, and I'm like, just fucking hold it until she fucking passes you. Like, the last thing you want to do is
Yeah.
piss yourself in front of this girl. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm like white knuckling it, and like literally she says hi and piss starts coming down my thigh, and I'm like, hey, good to see you, and I keep walking, and I don't know if she noticed.
Yeah. But just keep it pushing.
Oh my god.
I don't know if she noticed.
Oh,
That's great.
oh, I can't even imagine being in that place.
It was like, you ever see the show Curb Your Enthusiasm? You know how you feel when you're watching that? That's how it felt.
When you have to say, okay, body, I've lost.
I lost. It's over. You win this round, Bladder. You win this round. Bye-bye, dignity. Bye-bye.
That's a sad day.
I love that Coke Dick led to these great stories.
Yeah. Coke Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about Coke Dick.
So did he sprinkle it on like a
Did he ever
powdered
say
donut?
how
Did
much
he-
Coke
They
there
never
was?
said how much.
Oh, wait. So the reason I told that fucking story was because I said people often cut cocaine with things.
Yeah. With laxatives.
They fucking
Maybe.
cut that Coke with baby laxatives. That's why I
See?
shat
I told you, I
myself
wasn't
after
joking.
doing
What?
2 lines.
I wasn't joking.
They cut that Coke with baby laxatives and then had no motherfucking water in their house.
Who
Who
thought
the
it was
fuck?
a good idea to put laxatives?
A lot
in
of people
that?
do that.
I don't know.
A lot of people
Even
do
people
that.
who
I don't do
purposely
that drug
take
anymore.
laxatives go, this wasn't a good idea.
Nobody puts laxatives in my anything else.
No.
Cut it with baby.
And-
Dude. Never again. Hashtag never again.
There you go.
Hashtag never forget.
There you go.
Do you see that?
I love the diarrhea though. Still wasn't enough for you to go.
Oh,
Maybe I
dude.
should stop.
Dude, no. I was like, well, we were here already. I was like, you know what? This will probably pass. I'll just do some more coke.
Never trust
I
the
didn't